Good afternoon. I'm here as a neighbor and as somebody who believes in liberty and human dignity, values I hope you also hold dear. Friday night around 8 p.m., I was informed by some friends that a number of people had witnessed a masked man in plain clothes abduct a woman from Beaumont in an HEB parking lot. This is not an isolated incident. It is merely Beaumont's first clear example. While we can guess that this man operated on behalf of border enforcement, we have no real way of knowing. At the federal level, border agents have been declared above scrutiny, oversight, and accountability. They do not work with cities and counties. They come into our neighborhoods and terrorize our neighbors without even informing the city of their actions. Our city cannot be another place that permits actions such as that erode the Constitution and local authority. Accountability must be the norm for all law enforcement, local or federal. At the very least, I would like to be able to tell the difference between law enforcement and violent armed thugs engaged in human trafficking. And right now I can't tell the difference. As City Council, you have the power to draw a line in the sand in order to protect Beaumont and prevent our city in being silently complicit in disgusting abuses of power. Just this year, Hays County, Texas, passed a resolution limiting cooperation with border enforcement unless certain standards of accountability were met. The resolution demands that border enforcement agents adhere to basic constitutional principles, cooperate with local officials by notifying them of who was taken, under what authority, where they were transported, and why, demands that they wear body cameras, name badges, clearly display organizational insignia, and cannot wear face coverings except as medically necessary. Hays County is encouraging every city and county in Texas, and indeed the entire United States, to adopt a similar model. In the text of their resolution, they call their resolution a patriotic act of fidelity. I agree.
I do want to look into how we identify ICE and their behavior locally and making sure that people aren't misconstruing them for being somebody that they're not. I don't know. Kudos to sewer and drainage on the projects that are underway, because I know Ward 3 thinks heavily about that. And I do want you all, lastly, to remember that it is hurricane season. Hurricane preparedness matters. And the insurance agent in me says, insurance is money when it matters most. Make sure that you're checking up on your policies.
Shameless plug.
Councilman Crenshaw?
Councilman Sher, could you provide clarity? You said you want us to check up on ICE's, like what exactly?
Like if they're gonna be out, like the lady suggested, maybe ID badges, maybe ways to identify what they're working in and what capacity and
what she recommended was a resolution that was passed by another city/county. Is that something that council is asking? I will tell you that that's a resolution that council can pass, but there's not really a lot of enforcement authority behind it. It's definitely a resolution to provide comfort to your citizens, but there's no enforcement authority on behalf of our police officers that will be able to actively enforce those provisions.
Okay, well, it is an issue in particular in Ward 3, and I hate to see a citizen get involved in something that's actually something that's legal,
I understand, but I want to make council, if that's something that council wanted to pursue, obviously, if you're asking for that and you have a second, we can definitely bring that forward. But I want council to be clear that the ordinance is good in theory, but not enforceable.
Thank you.
People just jumping out of cars and grabbing people, and people go, well, that must be ICE, and it's not really ICE. I mean, when does that start happening? When do we have copycats? So, yeah,
Okay, so I just asking for clarity. I can't really get to it. It's not a posted item, but I can, if whatever council directs, we can look into it. It's just not something.
I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. And that might be a report on ICE and what you can do, because there's some a lot of things that's tied to federal grants, et cetera, if you don't cooperate with ICE. And then the state legislature just passed some legislation too about cities that don't. So we might just need an update on that legislation and then go from there and what we can do and what we can't do.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.